Hi, Year 6. I hope you're all okay. I'm just home after our second day back at school, and I've had a really lovely day with my bubble. They're fabulous. They're a little chatty. I wonder if you can work out who the chattiest person in Bubble 6A is. And it isn't me. It's been really lovely seeing you all back at school this week and seeing your smiley faces. I just wish that you were all in my bubble, really. If you're at home, hello to you too. I hope you're okay. We're all missing you as well. So I'm here today to read our third instalment of the book from chapter 5. And this is going to be a bit weird because I'm going to hear myself in 4 classrooms and be on the big screen 4 times. I'm going to have to close my eyes and put on some ear defenders, I think. Okay, so chapter 5 is called Night Talk. Salem slept on the lilo next to my bed that night. I'd hardly ever had to share before. My hand shook itself out. Salem shuffled into a sleeping bag without saying much. I wondered if I should start a conversation. But about what? Small talk or big talk? I remembered what Mom had said when I started at secondary school last autumn. When you meet new people, Ted, keep the talk small. I'd asked her what this meant. Did it mean to use only words of one syllable? And she'd laughed and said no, it meant sticking to everyday subjects. Like the weather, I'd asked. And she'd sighed and said, OK, Ted, like the weather. Only not big weather, small weather, which meant I could talk about anticyclones and minor depressions, but not major storm systems or global warming. Salem, I said, do you do small talk? Hey? Said Salem, and he sat up. Nah, small talk's boring. It's what people do to pass the time when they haven't got anything interesting to say. So you prefer big talk? Yeah, Ted, big talk, every time. What do you think weather counts as? Big talk or small talk? What, rain and snow and stuff? Yeah, rain and snow, storms, fronts, global warming. Big talk, definitely. Global warming's great. I saw this movie once. All New York was underwater. London might be one day, I said. Nah, Salem said. Not London, not Manchester, just New York. He brought his knees up to his chin. My mum hates Manchester, he said. She says she hates the rain. I like the rain, I said, thinking about how all life depended on it. I like rain too, said Salem. It's cool and calm. Without it, we'd die of dehydration. Too right. But too much and you get a flood. Yeah, Salem smiled. Like a flood, like Noah's Ark. Some people, I said, say the Bible flood was real and that it could be coming again. Salem's head went off to one side and he looked straight at me. Why are you so interested in the weather, Ted? I thought. It's a system and I like systems. The weather system is hard to understand because there are so many variables, and variables are interesting. If the system goes wrong, it's a disaster, and some people think the system is starting to go wrong and that could mean the end of the human race. I want to be a meteorologist when I grow up so that I can predict things and help the human race to survive. But I will have to study very hard and find out all about the variables. Salem whistled. Oof! Well, if a flood's coming, you'll let me know, won't you, Ted, so I can build my ark on time? I will, I promised. Salem lay down and I turned off the light. I listened to us both breathing. This was when I would normally switch on my radio to listen to the shipping forecast. I keep it on the desk next to my bed within easy reach. Mom had said not to do it while I was showing with Salem, and my fingers were twitching under the duvet. Salem, I said, are you asleep? Nope, not yet. Too hot. It's a new area of high pressure, I said, moving in from the Atlantic. You're telling me. What are you thinking about? I'd been thinking about convection currents, isobars and isotherms. I'd been imagining the shipping forecast, Lundy Fastnet, variable 3 or 4. Perhaps Salem had been doing the same. Nothing much, he said. What about you? The weather still. We were quiet again. Becoming south or southeast 5 or 6, I said out loud. Sorry? Said Salem. I'm pretending to read out the shipping forecast, and instead of this calm we're having, a storm's brewing out at sea. A storm, he said, yeah, that would be ground planes. It would take a very big storm system to do that, would it? Oh yes, gale force 8 or 9, a fog would be more likely to ground the planes. I heard him sit up again. Ted? Yes. You know this syndrome thing you've got? I said, wondering who told him. I hope you don't mind me asking, but what is it? What's it like? No one had ever asked me that before. I lay back on my pillow and thought, it's this thing in my brain. Yeah. It's not that I'm sick. No. Or stupid. Oh, I know that. But I'm not normal either. So who is? It's like the brain is a computer, but mine works on a different operating system from other people's. And my wiring's different too. Neat, said Salem. It means I'm very good at thinking about facts and how things work, and the doctors say I'm at the high functioning end of the spectrum. I'd also once heard a doctor say to Mom that my developmental path was skewed. I didn't tell Salem this because I'd looked up skewed in the dictionary and it said crooked, which makes it sound as if I'm a criminal, and I'm not. That sounds good. Yes, but I'm rubbish at things like football. So am I. Tennis is my game. My favourite sport is trampolining. Trampolining? Oh yes, I used to have one. I jumped on it every day and it helped me to think. Then it broke. Oh, too bad. I love trampolines. My syndrome means I am good at remembering big things like important facts about the weather, but I'm always forgetting small things like my school gym bag. Mom says I have a brain like a sieve. She means that things drop through the holes in my memory. Salem laughed. Maybe I've got the syndrome too. I forget things. What things? My mobile phone sometimes, my homework. I never forget my homework. Kat says that's why, at school, they call me a neek. A neek? It's a cross between a nerd and a geek. They don't like me because I only talk big talk. I'm trying to learn how to talk small talk, but it's hard. You know an awful lot, Salem said. I can tell from all these books. And he pointed at my shelves of encyclopedias. Why bother trying to be something that you're not? Mr. Shepherd says that if I learn how to be like other people, even just on the outside, not the inside, then I'll make more friends. Then I told him something I'd never told anyone before. I don't like being different. I don't like being in my brain. Sometimes it's like a big empty space where I'm all on my own and there's nothing else, just me. Nothing at all? Nothing. Not even the weather. Only my thoughts. I know that place, said Salem. I'm in there too. It gets really lonely in there, doesn't it? I heard him lie down again and he whistled through his teeth. Lonely as hell, he muttered, and he's quiet. I thought he'd fallen asleep, but a moment later he said, You got called a lot worse things than neek at my school. It was all boys, no girls, and really rough stuff. Rough stuff? Yeah, fights and dares. One boy had a knife. I didn't like it. But then I got friendly with my mate Marcus, and it got better. He and I, we were the top moshers in 9K. Marcus used to be called Packy Boy, like you're a neek, but he isn't any longer. He's a mosher now. A mosher, I said. What's a mosher? It's northern for casual, cool dude. Last term we starred in this play called The Tempest. Marcus was a huge hit. He'll never be called Packy Boy again. The Tempest? Was that about the weather? Yeah, it's by Shakespeare, and it starts with this massive storm out at sea. It's right up your street. After that, he did fall asleep. I lay back listening to him breathing in and out, and I wondered how the Tempest could be right up Rivington Street where we live. And then I realised that up your street was another funny thing people say that doesn't exactly mean that. My brainwaves started whirling around the big hollow in my head like molecules in a can't even say that, guys. A cumulonimbus? Oh my gosh. A cumulonimbus. Oh my gosh. I'm going to write this on the board tomorrow so you can see if you can say it. It's a type of cloud that is about to burst. I made up my own shipping forecast. Malin, Hebrides, northwest 7 to severe gale 9. Deepening low, moving northeast, rain becoming variable. A cool breeze came in through the window. Salem gave a sigh, as if he was working out something in a dream. I thought about what Aunt Gloria had said about Auntie Warhol being a cultural icon and maybe having what I've got. Then I remembered how some people say Einstein had it too. My brainwaves calmed down, and then I fell asleep. Do you know, I'm thinking very differently about the characters. I wasn't very sure about Salem, but I think differently about him now. I quite like him after that chapter. Have a little chat. What do you think about Ted and his cousin and how they're going to get along in the future? Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed chapter 5. Miss B will be back with more for tomorrow. And I'll see you guys in about 3 or 4 minutes when you head home. Give me a wave. All right then, guys. Lots of love. Bye.